Jim from Advanced Performance Shooting, and in a couple of the classes that I've gone to, the instructor development classes that I've attended, this year I've had the opportunity to present our what we call the Helluva little drill. It's based in the old cloverleaf drill. By design, the cloverleaf drill is an accuracy-like drill. Different instructors put a little bit different emphasis on where the accuracy portion actually lies. What I wanted to create was a unique drill that forced us to actually think about how we're establishing our grip. So, like any good live fire exercise or live fire drill, there's an explanation, a demonstration, and then a practical application of the Helluva little drill. It's a 7-round exercise. 1 round fired with both hands, freestyle, if you will. 1 round fired with strong hand only, a switch to your support hand only, and a shot. Building a proper grip supported, freestyle, but from your support hand, 1 shot, then another support hand only shot, then a switch back to your strong hand and 1 final shot, or 1 shot, and then the development of that original 2-handed, your freestyle grip on your strong side, and the final 7th shot. In this live fire drill, we're sort of testing accuracy, but the size target that you choose, in this case a 2.5-inch square, but I've outlined it in a 5-inch circle, it should be relative to the student, because I really don't, when I use this drill in class, want them necessarily to focus on the accuracy side of it like the cloverleaf drill was originally intended. What I really want to focus on is them thinking about the proper way to build a grip. We seldom see struggles that come from the strong side. We don't see a lot of issues when it even strong hand only. But when they go to build that support side, 2-handed grip, that's when we see brains start working. They're trying to figure out what they do on the other side. Their brain sees it in reverse. They're not exactly sure. And we start to very quickly develop an understanding. I seldom put a time on it. And if I apply a time standard to the drill, then it's a par time, a very generous par time, because I don't want them rushing through and making mistakes. I want them to be able to keep their focus on that proper building that good grip, and then that presentation onto the target so the gun arrives where and when we want it to arrive. So when I use the Helluva little drill in class, I typically run it 3 times. When I demonstrate it, I run it 3 times, and I talk them through in that demonstration phase what I'm going to do in their practical exercise phase. 1 time where I talk them through being mindful of where their finger is. I show them how I clear the back strap of the gun to switch the gun into my other hand, how I build that proper grip on that side, the things that I check. I talk to them about I don't change my feet, but they could. I talked to them about rotating the tip of my elbow underneath where they can or can't. It's up to them. I talk about the same thing on the opposite side, where my finger is as I switch. I talk to them about the relationship with my support hand or my strong hand when it's not on the gun. I don't care where it goes. If it can't be on the gun for whatever reason, I don't care where it goes. It's doing whatever it can do. So sometimes I let mine drop. Sometimes I pull it up the middle of my chest. That's immaterial to me, as long as they're applying conscious thought to the reason it's doing what it's doing. So I talk them through how I establish that support side, 2-handed grip. And again, when I'm switching back from my support side to my strong side, how I index my finger, how I clear the back strap off the gun, how I set it into the other hand, And that presentation, after I've established that relative grip back in my strong hand, and then the development of my good two-handed grip from the strong side. It's 7 fairly fast rounds. In the second phase of the demonstration, much less talk. I remind them that time only of the safety concerns. If you're going to drop the gun, drop the gun. Don't try to catch it. Be mindful of your trigger finger. This is how I clear the back strap. And those switches back and forth, because that's unique. It compressed in that time frame like that. And going back and forth isn't always something that we do in a live fire exercise. And then in the final run, I simply run the drill. I encourage them to watch for what I do with my finger, watch how I clear the back strap of the gun before the exercise, but I don't talk them through in that final run phase of that. And then, once again, when it's their turn, I get them on the line, get them loaded, get them squared away, ready to conduct that exercise. We do the crawl, the walk, and the run phase. A lot of talking, not so much talking, and then no talking to get them safely through that exercise. I typically run it 3 times so that we also see a struggle in that first one, not so much struggle in the second one, but by the time we get to the run phase, the part that's really difficult for them, building that good two-handed grip from their support side, they have applied conscious thought to that then later on we can reference back to our strong side. Don't get sloppy, build it the right way every single time. During the exercise, the first 3 runs, I don't go down range. I'm not saying you can't go down range, but I don't focus on the accuracy component at all. The distance that I run the drill, the size of the target that I run the drill is relative to my skill level or the skill level of my students. Sometimes I run it early enough so it's a perceived skill level that I run it to. But again, I don't focus on the accuracy side of it. When I get done, I can absolutely come to the target, look at it, start to make evaluations, but I try to keep those evaluations based on those things that we learned about the way they establish their proper grip, their understanding of that proper grip. I don't let it run for very long, because lots of times people get really, really excited about how they're doing from their support side, and that's not why I'm running this drill. I'm running this drill to gain a better understanding of how we function on our strong side. Not so much because it's our strong side or because it's our dominant side, but because I want to help develop that level of understanding how that grip is formed properly and how it needs to be complete as our presentation is complete as the gun arrives on the target in the time and at the point that we want that gun to arrive. When you get it down and you decide that you want to go fast, because everybody wants to go fast, and you decide you're going to come from the holster, still a fun drill. Be very mindful of the safety features inside of that. Don't send the students off to the races before they're ready to go to the races, and don't sacrifice the establishment of a good grip. Even with a 2.5-inch target at 3 yards and change, shooting that, there's still an accuracy component that you can focus on. That's not the focus of the Helluva little drill in my classes. But don't sacrifice doing it correctly for the sake of doing it fast. Just have fun with the exercise, the Helluva little drill.